My husband says he has to go on a mysterious trip the week after my C-section. He refuses to explain. My husband and I are expecting our first child in 2 weeks. Our baby boy was planned and very wanted, but my pregnancy has been very difficult from the start. In my first trimester, I had to be hospitalized twice because I was so dehydrated from morning sickness. And a few weeks ago, my blood pressure spiked and I was diagnosed with preeclampsia, which can be fatal for me and the baby if I don't deliver soon. Because of concerns about where my placenta is located, we have to have a C-section instead of doing a regular delivery. I'm really nervous about the C-section because I've never had surgery before and this pregnancy has been so stressful. Yesterday, my husband told me that 5 days after my C-section, he has to go on an important trip to the other side of the country for a few days. He was clearly nervous about telling me this and tried to change the subject as soon as he'd told me. At first, I thought he was joking. How do you leave your wife who's just had major surgery alone with a 5-day-old baby? But he was serious. I obviously told him that was impossible and asked him what could possibly be that important. He just kept saying it wasn't a big deal, that he wouldn't be gone long, but that this was an important trip for work that he couldn't get out of. And since he goes on business trips all the time, I should be used to this and I shouldn't be a psycho about it. I'm stunned. I thought maybe someone in his family was sick and he was afraid to tell me because I was pregnant and he didn't want to upset me, though obviously telling me he's abandoning me right after birth is a little upsetting. So I texted his sister to ask. She had no idea what was going on and agreed with me that he absolutely shouldn't be going anywhere. I don't know what to do. I don't have any family or close friends nearby, so I have no one else to take care of me and the baby after surgery. I can't believe this is happening. I just want to know why. Update 1. My C-section is in 8 days, and my husband just informed me that now he has to leave tomorrow. He said he'll be back in time for our child's birth. I guess this is better than leaving right afterwards, but he still won't tell me what's going on, and I'm losing my mind. But I'm glad he won't miss the actual birth, and that he'll be there for me if I need help after surgery. Update 2. The good news first. My baby boy made a surprise appearance 2 days ago, and he and I are both doing well. The bad? Oof. Well, I called my husband when my water broke telling him to get his ass home, and he was really cagey telling me he couldn't leave yet and he'd be there as soon as he could and he was so sorry. I heard voices in the background of the call, including someone saying a very unique female name. I've only ever heard of one other person with that name, a college friend of my husband's who'd mentioned before but that I'd never met. I hung up the phone and immediately looked her up on Instagram. Well, guess who's having a baby? And guess who's posting pictures of herself in the hospital with the proud father of that baby? Captions are, "So glad he could make it back here for her birth," all smiley in her bed with my husband. So yeah, he double booked the births of his children. Needless to say, I'm getting a divorce. This whole thing has been awful, but hey, at least I won't have to share this gorgeous baby with that piece of crap much longer.